What?
Cody, get up. It's time for the podcast.
Oh, shoot. What's up, guys? My name's Cody.
And I'm Trevor.
We are the Beardacious.
And you're watching Beard Stew.
We have a very late podcast this week.
Oh, we had a fun week last week, though.
We had a really good week. Well, sort of. Some of us turned old.
Yeah, I'm already old, so.
Yeah, it was me. My birthday was Monday
of this week.
Monday this week?
Yep.
And I turned 25. So I have hit my...
Happy birthday to you.
No. I have hit my midlife, like, just my midlife. Like, I'm going to die at 50.
Alrighty.
So, I'm halfway there.
Cody's got it planned out. At least, you know what? At least you can say that. The last week we did go shooting.
Yeah, we went shooting
to
for
celebrate
my
his birthday. So
that was fun. We need to go shooting more.
Yeah, I miss it. We need to do a lot more.
Like 1,000 rounds and just obliterate targets. Just
I'd
fun
love to do that. We need to go camping is what we need to do.
Yeah, because, okay, here's the thing. We live in California. And California is a very gun-controlled state. You can't really go out to the desert much. There's very specific places that you have to go. And it's difficult. So it's just easy to go to a target or to a shooting range. And that's what we typically do. It would be nice to go out to the desert.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice not having a range master sitting there telling you what to do.
I know, like the first time we went, this one range that we like to go to because it's cheap. Cody and I were both like not even because like obviously on a range, you can't actually see each other, but both at one point we're just kind of like popping off rounds. It was like, let's see how fast we can shoot. And the ranger master came up to both of us and I was like, you need to tone it down a little bit. Tone it down just a little bit.
Yeah, so apparently you can't shoot more than 2 bullets in 2 seconds.
Yeah. You can only double tap like once, and then you have to calm down.
Boom, boom, wait 2 seconds, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, granted, 10-round magazine of a 45, but you can still pop that thing off.
yeah, the 10-round law in California is just as bad.
Yeah.
Like, when you're sitting there and you're loading round after round after round, that's kind of the whole reason for... Yeah, okay, so we can't have high-capacity magazines, but there's no limit to the amount of magazines you could have.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a lot of magazines. Because then you just pop another one in, and you keep going.
Yeah.
But then once you've spent all your magazines, then you're sitting there and you're loading every single one. It's like, it'd be easy just to have a 30-round mag. Do it once.
Yeah.
But, that's California and guns for you. Now that we've talked about politics, I know this is super late, and I think it's still relevant because she keeps kicking herself in the butt. Do you know who I'm about to talk about?
Well, we were about, because we were going to record a podcast last week. I mean, granted, it's going to be on Saturday, and we were talking about this, because it happened.
It was relevant.
Prior. It was relevant. Because it just happened. So we're like, we're kind of talking about it in the car on the way back, let's talk about this on the podcast because...
So we're going to talk about Kathy Griffin. Yeah? I saw a great meme the other day. So Trevor loves the memes, so we're going to talk about memes. It was a meme of like someone riding a bike with Kathy Griffin's face. Mm-hmm. And it was like, she's riding along, she takes a stick and shoves it through her spokes on the front tire, falls down on the ground and says... It's Trump's fault.
Is it the one where it's like the drawing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very classic one. Usually really heavily used for other stuff. So it's just funny when you actually see something.
I thought that was very funny. And I think her career's shot.
Yeah.
She made a plan and she executed her plan. I don't think it was taken the way that she thought it would be taken.
Not at all.
I think that she thought she'd have a lot more support behind that and didn't. And
It's like even people that supported her before, in the minute she did that, they were completely against her as well. There was plenty of people, like, from both sides. It doesn't matter. Most, like, I guarantee there was probably less than 5% of the people agreed with her.
Yeah. I mean, it was a really dumb move.
It was a stupid move.
Also, it was Kathy Griffin without makeup, which just was, like...
Creepy,
yeah. It was like... It was her.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, it's still a debacle as of the recording of this podcast. Hopefully in the next couple days it stays relevant so that when this comes out, we don't sound like a bunch of
I'm
idiots.
sure it will be, but...
I don't know. Things come and go so quickly.
True.
But, like, there was something else that I wanted to talk about, but we missed our window to talk about it. It's like, we recorded, and then it happened. We didn't record a podcast, and then by the time
it got to it,
we get to now, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what it was now.
Made that much of an impact on you, huh?
Must have. School's over.
For the semester, yeah?
Yeah, for the semester.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. Hopefully try to get some more sleep now. Golly, I've been working 50-hour weeks.
Sheesh.
Look, I know people... You probably work 50-hour weeks. It's probably a regular thing for you. Try 50 hours of physical labor. And for those of you that do that every day, look, I'm just not used to doing it every day. I mean, it's a lot. 50 hours. We were carrying 60 pounds of weight on our shoulders up 3 flights of stairs. Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that got tiring.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so done that day.
I bet.
That was Monday. That was my birthday. Okay, so I get it. I'm a grown adult. You don't really celebrate your birthday. But Monday, I had work, which I worked a 12-hour shift, and I had a final due and a final speech to give, all on Monday. I had 0 time.
Just another manic Monday.
Yeah, pretty much. No time to celebrate my birthday.
Oh,
but that's why we did it on Saturday.
Saturday and Sunday.
And Sunday I was with the family.
So
got to see my nieces. One of my nieces just pounded down some cake. Like, she went to town on that cake. I got some cute pictures of it, but
nice.
Oh man. But we actually did do something in preparation for this podcast.
Yep. We
wanted to do a segment, and that segment is called, I don't know, do we have a name for it?
Movie Watch.
Movie Watch. So, what we planned on doing was taking a movie from our childhood or so, watching it, and keeping in mind what we remembered of it. Does it hold up to what we think it should have been? And would you watch it again? So we're going to do this little segment of, I guess, a look back on a movie that we watched.
Yeah.
So for this week, and we'll do this periodically. This won't be every week, but
yeah,
every once in a while we'll do this, and for a few different movies. So today we're going to talk about the animated movie Atlantis.
Picked a Disney classic.
So that came out in 2001, which feels like a lot longer ago than I guess it really is. It was only 16 years ago.
That's almost half our lifetime.
But that's a lot of time.
That is
for a movie, for the movie industry.
Let's see here, 2001. I would have been what?
I think I was 9.
Yeah. No.
I'd have been 9 because I was born in 92.
9. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I would have been about 10. Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Crazy. So,
oh boy.
I
saw that movie in theaters.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters. We were it was like late in the season where it was, you know, like right where I was gonna get off out of the movies. I just remember because I was with my aunt and she took us to see it.
Now, as far as what I remember, I just remember it being a really good movie about Atlantis, you know, lost city. It's a mythical city. And, you know, some adventures go down. They go and find it. And at the end, it never happened. That's kind of what I remember.
Yeah. I remember that movie pretty well just because that was one of the movies I really loved. Just because it is really action-packed movie especially for an animated film. Because, you know, the Disney films, you think of Disney films, what do you think of? Cinderella, Snow White, you know, Bambi. You think of all these ones that's like, it's not so much really action. It's just very, you know, like, you know, cutesy and really, you know, kind of la la la, have fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Atlantis was like action-packed.
Action-packed.
And, you know, this is, you know, it's supposed to be like 1918, you know,
yeah,
1920s.
very early 1900s.
Yeah, so it's like, it's really, I can't remember, actually, I think it's earlier than that. But, yeah, it's pretty much, it says at the very beginning of the movie, I totally missed that.
I don't remember.
It's like, it tells you the date that it's in. But, yeah, essentially, you know, but they have this, like, technology that's, like, far greater than the time.
Yeah, way farther. Because they're taking this giant ship, which the biggest ship built at that point was, I believe, the Titanic.
Yeah.
And that was a ship that floated on top of the water. Yeah, and now you're talking about
this is a submersible
that was huge. That thing was...
Yeah.
And they kind of show it like they are loading the Titanic.
Yeah.
Like, the introduction scene of the Titanic and the introduction of Atlantis are very similar. You got the cars being loaded on. You got all the people coming on. Mm-hmm. It's very, very, very similar.
Yep.
But, so, did it hold up? As far as story and animation, do you think that it held up to what you remember?
Pretty much for the most part. Because, I mean, as far as, you know, animation, like, you know, I think of animated movies, you know, they're always, you know, especially because it's older too, like, but that one also kind of used a little bit of a, not CG so much, but like, you know, just using computers to actually like bring out a lot more of the animation as opposed to being flat.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that did kind of pop out. For the most part, though, the film, I really feel like kept to the story that I remember, at least. So,
and I think, like you mentioned when we were watching it, it was very quick.
Oh,
very quick.
That was definitely something I was like, whoa! Like, we're moving from here, then all of a sudden it's to this. What the?
Yeah, it's like I need money to go find Atlantis. We're going to find Atlantis. We found Atlantis. We need to protect and save Atlantis.
I know that.
And then we're leaving.
Like, halfway through the film is when they find Atlantis, and already, like, 10 minutes later, they're already, like, you know, the bad guys coming out.
Yeah, it's like, it all happens very quick.
Holy crap.
Very quickly.
I think most of the movie is spent searching for Atlantis. Because, I don't know, that's what it felt like.
Well, and...
At least half the movie was just the search.
Yeah, and I get it, because you're talking about a mythical city that's lost.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. As far as the story, I think the story holds up. Because I would like to see a modern revision.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could see James Cameron doing something, because James Cameron has already taken a submersible down to Challenger Deep, which is like the deepest point of the ocean that you can possibly go. The only other thing was another submarine or something that went like 7 feet lower than James Cameron did. But James Cameron, the things that he writes is amazing. I think he could do a wicked Atlantis.
That'd be pretty cool.
Think about like what he did with Pandora. No. What's the city? I want to say Pandora.
Pompeii?
Yeah. No, Pandora. What he did with the city of Pandora in Avatar.
Oh, you mean the planet?
Or the planet.
Okay, yeah. I'm like city.
I'm losing myself
yeah,
here.
Pandora. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of the radio station, listening to Pandora.
I was listening
Like,
to Pandora on my way here.
It's like, yeah, it's Pandora's box. Yeah. But he did really well with that. And I think with as much animation as in the cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
it would make it that much better with CGI.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see it. It'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
So, animation, I didn't think the animation held up. The animation to me was very opposite, I guess, to what you said. It seemed very flat to me. Whereas when I watch something, I don't know, it's hard to compare because like I don't know what's in that time, but like Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
Tarzan, I feel like I'm watching animation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching. I feel like I'm there. But with Atlantis, I felt like I was watching a slideshow.
Well, granted, the that particular style of the artists and whatnot, they're very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Geometric.
Mm-hmm.
Not geometric. I can't think of the word I'm thinking of.
Square.
But yeah, it's kind of has a boxy feel to it, very like harsh lines as opposed to like Tarzan. Everything's a lot more soft and rounded. Organic is that one. I can't remember what the other one is.
I don't know.
I can't remember my geometry terms. But
let's see, points that I liked. I don't know. I think I got more dislikes than what I actually liked about it. I
got your 4 basic food groups.
Yeah. Cookie's great.
Cookies.
I got your 4 basic food groups.
Bacon, beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
Yeah, that's it. What are these? Those are vegetables, Cookie. The whole... I don't even know. Like, the whole crystal thing is a little weird. Like, when it takes over her body. Because essentially it's the same thing that happened to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, her dad is saying that you have a choice. That once the crystal or the energy has taken over you, you have a choice to accept it or reject it. So, in theory, the last person that it chose that accepted it was her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, she just spent time with her mom. Obviously, because she comes back with the bracelet.
Yeah.
The bracelet that was taken when her mom was,
being lifted up.
Yeah. And you see the bracelet slip off of her wrist. Like, interject something right there. Like, she talked to her mom or got to see her mom or something. Like, you'd think.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. And then, the whole villain thing and, like, taking it. That's very Avatar-ish. Very Avatar-ish.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of, the funny thing is, okay, part of why I don't like how it moves so fast is because of this kind of thing. When did Rourke get that page out of the book? How did he know what it is?
Well, he got it because he was the lead in going to find the book.
But how did he know what to look for in the book?
I assume that Milo's dad talked about the energy crystals. Because that was kind of the whole point was Atlantis survived off of electricity.
Mm-hmm.
That was known because that's what Milo was talking about.
But you also notice in the movie, what's her face, the lady, actually mentions there weren't supposed to be people.
Well,
so they obviously didn't expect their everything to be.
But the energy doesn't necessarily mean people.
Yeah.
Because when they knew that there was a power source,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't necessarily know what it powered.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, because there's not really talk about the okay, for instance, the creature that blocks the entrance,
The Leviathan, yep.
the giant crab. When the submarine is against its eye, Milo is on the glass and he says, "Oh my gosh, it's a robot."
Oh, it's a machine.
Or it's a machine, yeah.
Jiminy Christmas, it's a machine!
So they obviously didn't expect, I don't know, mechanical. And that's exactly what the vehicles were. The vehicles were some sort of mechanical with hoverboard floaty action. But
Hey Milo, you got something sporty? Like a tuna?
that was a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I would definitely say that he, I don't remember his name. The bad guy?
Rourke.
Yeah, he learned about the page, or maybe not necessarily the page, but knew that there was a crystal,
Mm-hmm.
and that just thumbing through pictures in the book
Mhm.
found it and ripped out that page.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
No, that's tough to say.
Oh, the other trippy thing was the languages. How they run through the languages so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked up on that. You picked up the Spanish. The French is obvious.
Yeah.
Because he says "Parles-tu français?"
Oui, monsieur.
Oh, she speaks my language. I want to know what mole is. What is mole? He's like not even human.
Oh man.
I don't even know.
disturb the debt.
It's weird.
Weird little creature. But that was also something that we also kind of, want to talk about too, because there's a line in there, because we were talking about, like, what about the origins of Atlantis? And, they mention, when did the floodwaters recede?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, this story technically would
This
take back
happened before Noah.
Yeah, biblical times.
A long time ago.
So it's like, dang. Because we were kind of like, man.
Now, but that's curious too, because it happened before Noah, so they knew about the flood. They just didn't know that the waters
Have receded, yeah. Because they're obviously under.
So it obviously would have had to have happened at some point that the flood started to happen, because they obviously knew about the flood.
Mm-hmm.
If they had already been sunk before that, they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because they would have been trapped. How did they know about the flood? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it does talk about that the crystals do not make them immortal.
Yeah.
Just it helps.
It increases their lifespan, essentially.
Yeah.
Because that was always one thing as a kid, kind of going back on reflection, I guess, of what I remember is even. I always thought, like, okay, if they're like immortal, then why did she grow up?
Die?
Why is the dad getting older, and why is Kita grown up now? But it's like, oh, that makes sense now, that it's like the crystal doesn't give them immortality; it simply just extends their life. And the king actually mentions it at one point, that that's what the crystal does. It just increases your lifespan. So
yeah, the food too, or like the pets and the animals. I think that's something that I noticed that I never really kind of paid attention to. It's like all the pets and animals and food.
make sure you eat the hip. That's where all the good nutrients are.
See, that's just like crawfish for me. Like
that's where all the nutrients are.
Back down south in like Southeast Texas and Louisiana.
Get an oyster, cut her open, suck her down.
No, see, I can't do oysters. That's just disgusting. It's like eating boogers.
I couldn't do that, but people do it.
Yeah, I'm good. You can destroy your liver. I don't know what it is about oysters, but they kill your liver for some reason. I think it's your liver.
Oh no.
Liver, your kidneys. I don't remember. I'm not a doctor. I'm just gonna take a sip of my
Liver killing.
Generic soda number 1. Oh boy.
You gonna blur out the labels now?
That's a lot of work. This podcast is already a lot of work.
Boy.
I don't need to add more to it.
Oh boy.
But last question: would you watch it again?
Yeah, with my kids maybe.
Yeah, probably not for a while.
Yeah, not for a while, but yeah,
I'm good for a while.
yeah, I'd watch it again eventually.
Like way good. But I don't know. It was fun to watch again, reminisce on it.
Yep.
Kind of relive some childhood bits and pieces. But I'm good till I have kids.
Yeah.
So that has been our movie watch section of the podcast. Well, I think that's about all we're gonna do for this week.
Yeah, I mean, how much else?
So we record a podcast every single week, except for last week. We'll put it out on YouTube and Facebook, and check out our website too, thebeardacious.com. And we are posting content on that page. We sell beard products that help promote your beard growth and beard care in general.
Check out social media like our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Beardacious Oils, and also our Instagram page, Beardacious, the Beardacious. Yeah, I'm like trying to remember which one it is.
Yeah, it's the
Beardacious
for Snapchat, Instagram,
and Twitter.
Yep. So if you want to keep following us there, you can check out what's going on in our lives. We'll keep that updated. And next week we'll be back for another podcast where we will do something else fun.
So stay tuned.
And if you have a idea for a movie that we should watch, that is a classic movie that is not older than like the 80s, leave a comment. Maybe we'll watch it, and we'll do a similar little podcast like we did today.
Yep. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. You know, what did you like about it? You know, what would you like to see? Let us know.
That's about it for this podcast. We'll see you guys next week for our next podcast.
Later.